Hi guys, I'm Kasha. Welcome to the channel and welcome as always to our coffee times to talk about horror, and today I'm finally here to talk to you about the movie Nope.
It's coffee time.
So I'm just back from holidays, and the first thing that I did was literally I landed, I brought my stuff home, I had food, and I went to see Nope because the movie here came out on the 18th of August, which was basically in the middle of my holiday, so I had to wait until I was back to go and watch it. It's really painful when you miss a movie, you know, in the cinema, and I didn't want to miss this one. Sadly, some of these horror movies are being released quite later here in the Netherlands than in the US, so a lot of people got to see this movie already back in July, so I'm super late to the game. But I still wanted to sit down and talk to you guys about the movie, what you can expect, if it's a true Jordan Peele movie, if I recommend it to you guys. And as always, this is going to be spoiler free. So obviously I've always enjoyed Jordan Peele's movies. It feels weirdly like he has put out so many movies, even though this is just his third full-length film, but he has been in the industry for a very long time. Jordan Peele is an actor, you know, producer, director, and he's been involved a lot with comedy, especially in TV shows and also in horror. And I really love that he wanted to bring the type of characters on the screen that he was missing, which is, you know, main black characters in horror movies. And with Get Out, you know, he definitely changed the horror genre. Get Out was such a big success that, you know, it had, I think, a 98% rating in Rotten Tomatoes. It was even nominated for the Oscars, which we all know that not many horror movies get nominated even though they deserve it. So it did, you know, create this change in horror when he came out, and Jordan Peele decided after that that he was going to, you know, really leave acting behind because he had a lot more fun behind the camera directing movies. And I'm really glad he made the decision because we were blessed with the movie Us, which I also really enjoyed. Now, he was, I think, a co-writer and co-producer on Candyman from 2021, which was not a hit for me, and I was really sad that I didn't enjoy it as much as I hoped I would. But it was not, you know, his movie. He was just cooperating with other creators in order to bring that to life, so it was not all in all a Jordan Peele film. So when I went to see Nope, I was a little bit confused. I think we've all been a little bit confused with the name, the poster that was dropped, and everybody was talking about the possibilities, what it implied. It was gonna be aliens, is it gonna be something else? And I went with an open mind. I had seen the trailers before. That's some of the, you know, downsides of going to the cinema so often. You get a lot of trailers and there might be spoilers or things you rather not have seen before you enjoy a movie. But honestly, I feel like even though if you've seen the trailers, you might still get surprised by certain things that happen in the film for sure. Nope is a 2022 American neo-western science fiction horror film written, directed, and co-produced by Jordan Peele under his Monkey Paw Productions banner. It stars Daniel Kaluuya, Kiki Palmer, Stephen Yeun, Michael Wincott, and Brandon Perea. In the film, horse-wrangling siblings attempt to capture video evidence of an unidentified flying object with the help of a tech salesman and a renowned cinematographer. So when the title and the poster dropped, a lot of people had questions. It was a weird choice of a title. It was a really interesting poster that we got, so a lot of people, you know, had assumptions about what this title meant. Some people said it might mean not of planet Earth, or maybe not our planet Earth, but that was said it was not the case. And I have seen some interviews with Jordan Peele and Daniel Kaluuya, and they both, you know, revealed what the meaning of this title is, which is quite simple actually. That is basically the reaction that Jordan Peele hope to get from the audience, that you would go into this movie and you would see certain things happen and you'll be like, nah, nope, I'm out of here. So that's So simple, but so smart, and it works so well. And they do use, you know, those words in the movie, like nah or no or nope in the movie, and it's every time they mention it, it's just fun. So in the film, we follow the family Haywood. So we have Otis and Otis Jr., which is played by Daniel Kaluuya, and they basically own a ranch and they train horses for Hollywood movies, for parties, for events, for things like that. So at some point, OJ and his sister M are basically left in charge of the business, of the family business, and they're a little bit lost and they don't really know how to cooperate together to kind of figure out how to keep this business that they have alive. And on top of all of those problems, OJ discovers one day an unidentified object in the sky that looks like a flying saucer, and that's where the siblings start to question what the hell is going on, and so do the audience, to be fair. Now, OJ was one of my favorite characters in this movie because I felt like he was just so unintentionally funny. The way that he spoke, the way that you know, he reacted to certain things that happened, he was just so funny. So him together with Angel were my favorite characters in this film. Angel was just so much fun. He is a tech salesperson, and he comes somewhere in the middle of the film and absolutely smashed it, and it was so much fun. The movie is very much centered in our siblings, but there are many other wonderful characters that appear in this film, and I have to say that every single one of these characters was just so unique, and the characters are one of the best things about this film. So our siblings in this film, OJ and M, are kind of reconnecting. They're kind of finding their dynamic as brother and sister again. They proudly sell themselves as direct descendants of the unnamed jockey featured in Edward Muybridge's late 19th century images of a rider in horse, a precursor of modern cinema. We also have an Asian theme park owner who is kind of like the rival of OJ, like a cowboy rival, and he's also another great character. This movie is divided in different chapters. Every chapter has a name of a horse, and the way that this is done, it is quite interesting. I don't know if that was the best choice, but also somehow it worked. And despite this movie, you know, probably getting spoiled in social media a little bit, if you have managed not to see too much, I feel like you're still gonna get surprised. And even if you've seen little things, and trust me, I had seen 2 long trailers, you're still gonna be sitting there trying to figure out what the hell is going on together with OJ. I also saw an interview of Jordan Peele and one of the actors saying that Jordan had sent him a list of movies he needed to watch in order to prepare for Nope. So in the list we have Alien, 2001: Space Odyssey, Close Encounters of the Third Kind, No Country for Old Men, and Jaws, which is kind of a weird combination, but when you think about it later, a lot of things make sense. And a lot of people have commented that there is a nod to Jaws in the movie. There is this scene with the inflatable man, you know, these inflatable air dancers. And that is supposed to be compared to a scene in Jaws where we have these inflatable barrels that play an important part in one of the scenes. There's also a lot of theories about, you know, the real themes or all of the layers that this movie has. And let me tell you, there's a lot of possibilities here when it comes to interpretation. A lot of people have said that, you know, we have OJ here and a threat coming at him that could be compared to white supremacy. It is at the end of the day kind of engaging with an enemy that you maybe should not try to enrage. One of the first things that you're gonna see in this film is something really interesting, which is just, you know, these beautiful cinematography of a ranch and their fields, and you see these men, they are cowboys with their hats and their horses. But if you stop to think about it, we have here black men that own a ranch, that own horses, when normally black people were the slaves, the workers that worked for the white men. in these type of places. So it is really interesting to see it done like this. This could be seen as a potential recurring theme, you know, the insider that is an outsider. We've seen that in Get Out and in Us as well. I feel like even though Nope felt like a very different movie from the other two, it still has a lot more in common probably that we can grasp from just one first watch. My only complaint would be that there is a lot of showing when it comes to this thing in the sky. I'm just keeping it vague, but there is not enough kind of engaging with it or fighting with it, and I would have loved to see a lot more of that, more kind of interaction. I'm not gonna attempt. The name of the cinematographer is a Dutch cinematographer, and I think that he did such an amazing, incredible job with this film. I feel like this one potentially has one of the most beautiful shots, you know, from Jordan Peele's films. The cinematography alone is worth your ticket to go watch this film on the big screen. He's responsible for movies like Interstellar, Dunkirk, and Tenet, so you know that the guy knows what he's doing. He's done amazing things, so make sure to check out his films if you have not checked them out and you love beautiful shot movies. And with this film, he has managed to create such a specific language with the visuals, and it's just stunning. My favorites were the ones at night. So at some points, you know, I didn't want the day to come because I was enjoying the night shots so much. They were stunning and beautiful, incredible. Another theory about, you know, the themes and things that you can find in Nope is that even though sometimes we know that we shouldn't be looking at something, or that getting close to something might be dangerous, we cannot help ourselves. We need this spectacle. We need to watch, you know, when there's a car crash, when there's an accident, and you know that you shouldn't be like looking and checking out what happened. You just cannot stop yourself. You're curious, you know, curiosity killed the cat. And that is a little bit also what this movie is trying to say. So now let's go to the horror. And to be fair, from his 3 films, this is the one that had the least horror elements. There is a lot more thriller and sci-fi in this one, or fantasy if you may, than horror, but we do get some really cool gory moments that I cherished and enjoyed. And I feel like this one has also been his funnest film. This movie had such great effortless humor, and I found myself laughing a lot of times. And I feel like that comic relief was placed also so wonderfully. It was not overdone, so I could enjoy it for the whole film. And I really enjoyed it. Most of the comic relief for me that really worked came from OJ or from Angel, even though M is also a really vivid and funny character. This is a movie that is kind of like funny, strange, a little bit thrilling at times, but it is not, I would say, a horror movie per se, or not like your typical horror movie. I didn't feel like there were moments of, you know, where the audience could get scared, or, you know, there were no jump scares, there were not moments of fear. The atmosphere was not, you know, the pacing was not building up like tension and thrills and things like that. It was nothing like that. But of course strange things are happening, you know, power is being shut off and things are flying over the range, things are happening. There is a particular scene that I cannot talk about because spoilers, but that involves the house and something that falls in the house. Just, I'm gonna say that and leave it at that I absolutely love. I thought it was amazing, fantastic, it looked great. But don't go into the movie expecting this to be a horror movie, especially not like Get Out or Us, because I guess that's when you're gonna get sort of disappointed. So let's go to my final thoughts, and I give this movie 4 out of 5. I feel like from his 3 movies, this is on place 3 for me, but I absolutely love to see all the representation, and probably I missed a lot of things because, you know, I am not a black person, so I cannot see all of the nods and hints to the culture, but I really appreciate it to see these characters come to life. This starts kind of like a thriller, and then it goes into a kind of like a western sci-fi weird movie. But honestly, even though also the pacing at times was slow, I was enjoying it. I was really trying to figure out what was happening because I had no clue at the beginning where we were going with this. And I feel like that is part of why I was so engaged with the film up to the very end. Like I've mentioned before, just for the visuals alone, it is worth your ticket to the cinema. And even though this was also for me not his strongest script, the characters really shine through in this one. The characters for me are it in this movie, to be honest, and they are just fantastic actors as well, so you are gonna get amazing acting. Plus, when you finish the movie, there's still a lot that you need to kind of process and uncover, and there's a lot that is gonna linger and you're gonna have to watch this probably again. I feel like maybe if I watch it again, I will see a couple of things differently, because this is a movie that at the beginning you don't really pay attention to every little detail because you're still trying to figure out the bigger picture, whereas in other movies where I'm already kind of sure of where we're going, I can pay a little bit more attention to detail. So I don't know, I hope you guys understand what I mean, but I really enjoyed it and I do feel like it's worth your time if you want to go and watch it at the cinema. Alright guys, so I hope you enjoyed the spoiler-free review. Let me know down below if you were able to watch Nope, what you thought, and what is your favorite from the 3 Jordan Peele movies. Let me know down below, let me know in the comments what you thought. Please, no spoilers, let's keep it spoiler-free. Thank you guys as always so much for watching, and I hope to see you all in our next coffee time. Bye.